back to the Italian. Now, his father was, what do you call him, a godfather of the Italian. They got their own name of their own group, and for the series, I'm going to give that. So, like y'all know which family they from. But he was mad at me, but like I told him, you the one that came to me bold. You had me come to your restaurant. They got that all wired up and so forth. They got pictures of me. And, man, if I knew that before I went to your restaurant, I would have never went. You'd have told me that you been indicted, I would have never went in there. Because somehow, some way, they got your place bugged. Your cars, your homes, whatever you had, because that was a DA lady, a DEA lady. So yes, they're going to watch you 24/7. Matter of fact, they'll even make another hour and call it 25/7 or 25/8. But he just couldn't believe it. Well, okay, you can't believe it. I couldn't believe that you set me up. If you wouldn't have set me up and let me come in there, I would have never went in there. We could have stayed in my vehicle and talked. But you wanted me to come into the restaurant. That's why I was like, When he had me come in there, he knew he was being indicted, investigated, and so forth. Was he trying to sick them on me? That's why he had me come into the restaurant and he started dropping names like that. I mean, he was dropping the names and shit. And I'm like, keep your voice down, man. I don't want your people hearing about what we over here talking about either. That's why I say I like to keep everything on the hush, because something go wrong, I know who I got to come for. That'd be you. But you throwing their name up, that mean I got to come for them too, because they know what went down. They know. Don't do that to your people. Don't do that to anyone. That's why nobody never knew who I worked with. Like people say, oh, Jern wasn't like that. Yeah, okay. Ever since me and Jern were little, we was terrorizing grown-up folks. That's why when I heard my sister on there talking, that's basically who she was talking about, Jern, about how we used to stick up places, sell drugs, beat the crap out of people. And then we start taking them out the box completely. Because we learned as we got older that we got to get rid of these people, but we can't leave them alive because they're going to tell or they're going to try to come back at us. So our way, we take them out. There ain't no coming back. Ain't no get back. Get through. But I still miss that brother. None of his people knew, because that's the way my people never knew. Our people never knew until, well, my people found out when the shit hit the news. His people never found out, period, until I'm speaking on it. And they wouldn't even found out then if I could have had just passed away before him. He would have kept his mouth shut. He wouldn't have wanted to go down on a lot of stuff that I went down, and I didn't give up his name and none of that. Shit, for what? They didn't need to know who he was, his name, or anything. But once again, I was young. Do this picture look like me, y'all? Send me comments on it. I think it's still me. Well, I know it's me, but people say that look like my son. I still look at this picture like, oh, that look like me. My son is much uglier. Just kidding, son. But I've always thought, hey, I was the original mold. And I thought for sure that they had broke that, so I don't know how he became as charming and as good looking as me, but he did. People get him mixed up with me, and I'm like, ain't you? He had to tell him, no, that's my father. At least he is not that shame of me, like some of my other kids. They don't even want me to mention their name to anything. But I said, well, y'all ain't got to be ashamed of me. I'm just your dad, and I lived a quiet life in my world. But I didn't want y'all to let none of this affect you. Oh, I got a couple more. Well, I'm gonna put them up when they do the series. I can't show y'all all the pictures at this moment, but I got other pictures to show. I used to have a lot of pictures of me when I was way younger. Well, about 30 years ago or something, when I used to wear those. Well, I only did that because Bruiser went and bought me 2 big ropes. And I wore them big nugget gold ropes. He had bought me a ring too. Like I said, Bruiser was my nephew, and that, you know, like, he was down for his. He didn't like to associate with a lot of people. He had his own crew, his own people that he hung around with daily. I can't remember that one brother. He did hair. His name almost came to me. He was also doing hair. When I said that part, he was doing hair. He know who I'm talking about. Peace out to you, my brother. I don't know if you're still alive or not, but he the one that had that house straight across the street from the house that we had that got raided. And when they raided it, I'm in my overalls. I had liked to work in my yard and so forth, but I had to take them some because you know, they was out. So I took them a half a key. And when the police came in, they grabbed everybody and threw us all around. Well, tried to. They put me against the wall, hands up. This other guy came in with a ski mask on. He was pointing. Yeah, he was here. He was here. This guy wasn't here. So they grabbed me from the back of my overall. Like, what the hell? They took me to the door and kicked me in my butt, told me get out. I was like, whoa, okay. I thought they knew that I brought some, you know, but they got me out. I walked back up there to the corner of up on Mac. I stood there up on Mac because my car's still sitting down there though. But I wasn't about to come out there and go straight to my car. They would grab my butt then. So I sent this other guy walking back down there to take my car and park it over on Holcomb in front of the house that we usually, you know, chop up bodies and so forth. But he took the car over there, and I walked around there, got my keys from him, because he was supposed to bring them back, but I didn't trust him. So when I seen him get in the car, that's when I started walking from Holcomb and back. Got my keys, I got in my car and left. I was like, shit. So I sent the lawyer down there to find out how much bail might I need to get them out. We go down there to bail them out. The police looking at me like, then they start whispering. One cop, but we kicked them out. Of course, I'm smiling like, sure did. I'm down here to get my friends out. We got about the police mad because even when time came to go to court on them, I went in there with them and sat back and I had their lawyers and we talked it and everything walked. Everybody walked. I mean, we had some bad lawyers. I mean, they all walked. I didn't have to walk because they kicked me out and they was mad at themselves. When I went back out in the hallway, they looking at me talking, we should have. I said, yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Try that shit now. They went to looking, then they went to talking again. I went on out. My lawyer said, come on. I said, man, why these cops thinking that they could just do what they want to do with no fucking consequence to follow? Because later on, I heard that them same cops, when it ran up in somebody's house over there off of State Fair. And when they ran in, they got blasted up. They knew that they was coming. They ran in, the people went out the other door, came back to the front, and lit that bad boy up. One of them tried to run his way out the back and got lit up. The other one tried to run out the front, figured that they was back there. No, they had people back and front. Even two guys watching the sides in case y'all try to jump out windows. We know the routine. But of course, when the news people got, they were like, police officers shot and killed in the action of their duties. When did these cops become a hero trying to raid and rob? They weren't trying to raid, they was robbing a drug house to get the money and the drug, because Demetrius, Maserati Rick, I believe even Big Ed was buying the drugs from the police when they raid one of our places. They, they'll take the drugs and sell it to, like our enemies, or they even sell it back to us sometimes. I'd be like, man, that's our drugs. Oh no, we got these off of another. I said, yeah, right. Oh, y'all robbed our drug houses. That's all right, because one day this shit gonna come back up on you with karma, and you're gonna be tore up. But yeah, of course, the guy that we did for the Italian, he did get caught, and he told on. Well, he didn't tell on. Well, he gave the information up on me, but by him not knowing my real name, only thing he could do is say they was big, black, and this and that. He told all that, but when I seen him again, he just happened to be in prison. I can tell y'all more on that too, but he just happened to be in prison. He didn't want to sign me in too. It was 3 of them that didn't want to sign me in. So when time came, he signed me in. He was the first one that came to me before White Boy Rick finally came, because they had called me and Rick and put us in a room together to talk. But then Tony came to me down to my room. He said, hey, I said, can we talk? I said, yeah, we both on the same foot now. You a rat, turncoat, snitch, or whatever they want to call us. I'm the same way. He was like, man, the only reason I didn't sign you in, man, because you was the one that they were, and I knew about you killing people in prison. I said, yeah, man, well, that's all back then. I'm clean now. I don't do that stuff no more. I have retired. They forced me into retirement. He was like, man, you bandaged from your knees all the way up, ain't you? I said, yep. But I can still use this pole coming out of here to stab people. Well, they can't stop that. They had to put my bone back in there. That pole's running out, just said this was wide open. I had to take ointment and put it on the bone and put ointment on that damn thing twice a day to make it heal quicker, faster, and keep it from getting affected. Because they couldn't just close it up and just keep it inside, because all of this combination they said was gone, so I got to take care of that. I said, I appreciate y'all telling me this. But then when they caught me, well, they didn't catch me. They locked me up the last time. They refused me medical treatment. They was hoping that I die, because I'm a diabetic and I need my insulin. And when they got me in there, I told them, hey man, I need my insulin. They said, yeah. We're going to sign you up for the doctor. They never did. Well, finally, way later, I think about a week or two before I got ready to get out, finally, because the judge that the prosecutor had me put in front of the crooked judge and take it from the judge that would have did things properly. Had me put in front of him, and then, well, the only thing they talked about was me and my past. What the hell? This lady trying to get rep off of that? You can't do anything about that. I got immunity. She was like, well, don't make no difference. You can't be out there talking about it. I can talk about anything I want. As long as I got immunity, I can talk about it. If you don't like it, you shouldn't have made the deal with me. But y'all all made the deal. And now y'all trying to get a second bite of that apple. You can only get one bite of that apple. And you got your bite. But everything just seemed like it was just falling apart at that time. There's more things to say and tell. But like I told y'all many times before, I can't give it all to y'all at once because it takes forever to do it. Different things happen at different times, things that happen in between both times, or more than one time, but things jumps off. I'm trying to say that for a series. I can't just give it all because then y'all be like, well, I ain't got to go see it. I've seen it on YouTube. You only seen the part that I gave you. There's many parts left of everything that I'll be speaking on. I mean, many different parts and sections that only give you certain part. Some of it good, some of it not. I always have to keep something to the side. I got to try to make some money for my loved ones, for my kids, and for somebody else too that their father was taken away too soon. He wasn't mixed up in the game. I can't never forget that. I never will. That's the only thing I regret or wish could have happened different.